Galing.
Pwede rin dog bed.
Pwede yung dog bed. Why not? O, Cheska, isa pang mahilig
Pag-design
mag-snack.
ka ng ganon.
I have very big dogs though.
Ma'am, marami kang magiging customer dito. Mga for parents. Thank you once again. Great show. Of course, sustainability every Thursdays on the Big Story says Sean Pauline. And Ma'am Willie, thank you again for guesting on their show. Amazing yung ginagawa niya, yung upcycling. Okay, on our show, let's talk about what a crazy day in the NBA. But first, we've got the first big trade of the 2025-26 NBA season as Ice Trae Young heads to the Washington Wizards, plus results from a whopping 12 NBA games on tap today, including a bunch of wild endings, overtimes, game winners. You'll find out everything on the show.
And we've got tennis star Alex Ayala and her latest victories at the ASB Classic.
Tuloy-tuloy talaga, Alex. What a year. 2025 was great. I think 2026 will even be bigger for Alex Ayala. Stay tuned. I'm Andre Felix.
And I'm Cheska Latuncalao.
And here's tonight's play-by-play. Let's go.
Ramiro, the show by Mamoy leaves. Mr. Moves puts it on. Unbelievable. Gemma on the left side. Oh, look at! Stuck in another one. Bakunas rejecting Estebo for the win.
Okay, January 8th, Thursday. Let's kick off the show in the NBA as Ice Trae Young finally gets his wish. The Atlanta Hawks have sent the four-time All-Star to the Washington Wizards. He wanted to go to this team. In exchange, though, as you can see on your screens, it will be for CJ McCollum and Corey Kispert. The move comes amid reports that Young has been working with the Hawks on a trade and that the Wiz was his preferred destination, believe it or not. Young had spent his entire career with the Atlanta Hawks after he was drafted 5th overall back in 2018. By then, the Dallas Mavericks then was traded for Luka. Remember that? It was swapped. He's the all-time franchise leader in assists and three-pointers. Ice Trae hasn't played a lot this season, though. And when he did, the Hawks usually struggle. Young appeared in 10 games. 8 of them ended up in Atlanta losses. Young does have a player option for about $49 million for next season. He is also eligible for a 3-year extension with Washington should he choose to stay.
Well, the Wizards could use all the help they can get. They just suffered their 26th loss in 36 games this season after bowing to the Philadelphia 76ers 131-110. Washington allowed all 5 Philly starters to score in double figures. Joel Embiid led the way with 28 points. Paul George had 23, while Tyrese Maxey added 22. The Wiz did play without Chris Middleton, who's nursing an injured knee. They also no longer fielded CJ McCollum and Corey Kispert, who, as previously mentioned, were eventually traded to the Hawks for Trae Young. The Wiz are second to last in the Eastern Conference. The Sixers are in 5th place with 20 victories and 15 defeats. Here's Washington's reserve forward Anthony Gill talking about his team's thought process after learning of the big trade.
Seen locker rooms change, abruptly. How do you guys deal with that? And how does a young locker room deal with that? And how does a veteran, kind of deal with that with the young guys?
Yeah, learning the league is always a process, right? Like we got a lot of rookies on this team, so a lot of things are coming up around the corner, and for the vets specifically, it's going to be really important that we wrap our arms around these guys. Trying to learn the league is tough. It's a brutal league. It's a blessing to be able to be here each and every single day. So you can never take that for granted. So trying to get these guys to understand gratitude is the most important thing.
Well, as for the Hawks, they fared a lot better against the New Orleans Pelicans today. Atlanta took the win here, 117-100. Let's go to the highlights from ATL. The Hawks flew to a 12-point lead at the break. and then broke the game wide open by outscoring the Pels 24-13 in the third period alone. Zachary Ricochet tallied a team-high 25 points, including 7 triples. Jalen Johnson added 19 markers, 8 rebounds, and 5 assists. Trae Young likewise sat out this game. He was on the bench in street clothes, but when news of the trade broke out during the match, he immediately bid farewell to the Hawks players and staff and then left the arena. The Hawks are now at 18-21 this season, while the Pels plummet to 8-31. Let's listen to Atlanta head coach Quinn Snyder talking about Ice Trey's influence on the Hawks and the team's energy after the trade.
For me, seeing a player that's an integral part of the team when they're out or injured, in his case, which he has been, to stay connected to the team is always important. And it's a little bit like we're talking about, there's other ways to impact a game other than scoring. There's lots of ways to impact the team. And, that's from a coaching standpoint, it's particularly gratifying when you see guys embrace that and embrace their teammates. And especially if you're, one of the best players on the team, you have the ability to impact a Zach or some of the younger guys that we've talked about. The team that we went into the season with has not really been the team that we've played the season with, as far as just having some injuries and whatnot. And that happens in the league. For us, it's been some key guys that really changed the way that your team plays at times. And I think it's a credit to the Mo Gays and the Asa Newells, even Keaton Wallace coming in for a possession defensively. And when your bench is selfless like that, it has an opportunity not just to impact the game, but to impact, the group.
We have a lot more on the NBA later on the show. For now, let's go to the PBA as the TNT Tropang 5G set their sights on taking a commanding 3-0 lead in the Philippine Cup semifinals. TNT will take on the Meralco Bolts in Game 3 tomorrow, 5:15 p.m. at the Smart Araneta Coliseum. That game will also be available on PBA Rush, RPTV, and the Pilipinas Live app. The Tropang 5G went up 2-0 in the series after winning Game 2 last night, 109-92. Despite the prospect of a sweep on the horizon, head coach Chot Reyes says the team is not looking that far ahead yet. Reyes emphasized the need to keep their focus on what's in front of them. He also does not see Meralco shooting poorly again like they did in Game 2, particularly from three-point land. The Bolts hit just 1 out of 14 attempts from deep.
Hindi namin iniisip yun eh. One of my messages to the players in practice after Sunday's game, in our Monday practice, my message was keep your vision short, to just keep our sights on what's in front of us. So right now, what's in front of us is Game 3. We're not thinking about anything yet beyond Game 3. So tomorrow we're going to go back to practice, going to watch video and see where we can improve and hope we can anticipate Meralco's next moves. We had to make sure that our on-ball defense was on point. And when I mean on-ball defense, that means obviously defending also the three-point shot. We know they're not going to shoot that poorly the next time out. We have no illusions about how strong that other team is. But our focus has to consistently be taking away their strengths.
Meantime, the defending champions of San Miguel Beermen and Barangay Ginebra San Miguel go head-to-head in what is now a virtual best-of-5 series. Their Game 3 will tip off at 7:30 p.m. tomorrow, still at the Big Dome, the Smart Araneta Coliseum. That game is also available on PBA Rush, RPTV, and the Pilipinas Live app. SMB leveled the series at a game apiece after taking Game 2 last night. Jeron Teng was the X-factor for the Beermen. He scored 12 of his 13 points in a pivotal fourth quarter to stave off Ginebra's attempts at a comeback. Take note that Teng did not play in Game 1. San Miguel head coach Leo Austria says Teng could be part of the rotation at least in this series moving forward. As for Tang, he says he's willing to do whatever his team needs to win the championship.
Nanatili yung pride nila eh. And we don't want to lose again at 2 in a row. And at the same time, we're not thinking yung streak na kailangan putulin namin against Ginebra. But I'm so happy with the players, especially in bench. Right now, almost 50-50 sila. Unlike nung last game, with his performance today, I think he's included in our rotation. He has a different role. Makikita during the elimination, iba yung role na ginagawa niya. I never doubted his professionalism. Makikita nyo, kahit anong gawin sa kanya, walang complain o reklamo, ganyan. But just like he said, what he said, he can control what he can control.
Yung focus ko is controlling what I have control of, and that is to be ready every time my number is called. And ako naman, I'm just here to really help out the team whatever the team needs me to do. So I'm all for us to win. I'm all for winning championship. As a player, just do what I'm paid to do, and that is just being ready whenever my number is called. Well, right now, di na ako namimili ng challenge ko anong tapat sa akin. I'm just up for it.
Meanwhile, in tennis, Alex Ayala scores not 1, but 2 more wins at the ASB Classic in New Zealand. Details of her latest victories will come your way only here on Play by Play. Stay tuned to One News. And we're back. Thank you for joining us here on Play by Play, only on One News. Let's go back to the NBA now as the Oklahoma City Thunder survive a near upset against the Utah Jazz. The defending champs were still down 114-112. Here it is with 3 seconds left. Then SGA. Difficult shot up and in. The reigning MVP went to work, nailing that tough elbow jumper as time expired to force OT. Take a look again. Woo, tough. SGA then scored 9 of the Thunder's 15 points in the extra period to eventually secure the win at home, 129-125. But it was close, though. SGA finished with a whopping 46 points in the much-needed win. Before this, OKC lost 6 of its last 11 games and is coming off a dreadful beating at the hands of the lowly Charlotte Hornets. The Thunder, though, remain at the top of the standings with 31 wins and just 7 losses, while the Jazz fall to a 12-24 win-loss slate.
We just try to stay in the moment, do whatever it took to get a W. It's not always going to be pretty. We got to play a lot better if we want to get to where we want to get to. But yeah, nonetheless, we won the game. Rather learn the lessons in a win than a loss.
You gave this team a chance to go to OT with that double clutch jumper. Tell me about getting to your spot there.
Just try to get to a shot. I've shot a million times. The left elbow cleared up. Try to rise and shoot.
You have so much command in clutch time. How much practice has gone into that over the course of time?
That's what I practice for. That's what I work out for. The moments when the game is the tightest, and you need plays to be made out of thin air. I try to go out there, be confident, and make them. Whether I succeed or don't, I continue to work and try to get better at them.
And you can rely on your teammates too. Chet came through with a massive putback. Tell me about his effort and just the energy late.
Yeah, he was great. On the boards, at the rim, he did what he did tonight. And obviously, he's the anchor behind all our defense. He held it down.
Meantime, the Portland Trailblazers hold on to beat the Houston Rockets. Wild endgame here. The Rockets almost won on a last-second tip-in by Tari Eason, which even caused the Houston bench to come out and celebrate. But after review, officials nullified the basket as Eason failed to beat the final buzzer, giving the Blazers the razor-thin victory 103-102. Before the crazy finish, the game was virtually a shootout between Denny Avdia and Kevin Durant. Avdia went off for a season-high 41 points for Portland, while KD tried to counter with his 37 markers for H-Town. The Blazers, with their fourth straight win, boost their record to 18 victories and 20 defeats. The Rockets settle for a 22-12 win-loss card.
Roller coaster, emotional roller coaster. Sometimes, as I said, you gotta win some ugly, and I feel like it wasn't the best buzzer beater, but we were able to get the win. We stay together, we stay composed, and we beat a very, very good team tonight, and we gotta come back and do it again. So,
Denny, you were always atop the scouting report for opponents. Tonight, when you saw the defense coming from Houston, how did you overcome it?
It's rough. I won't lie. It's rough. It's switching defenders on me. They're very physical, aggressive with me. But I'm physical. I'm not shy. I'm getting into contact. I'm trying to make plays for my teammate. I'm aggressive, and all the team is really helping me put him in good situations. So I'm happy.
Your teammate Toumani Camara took a head to the teeth, stayed in the game, hit a few buckets. What can you say about his toughness?
I know how it feels because I got it too. But he's tough. He's tough. He's a big anchor for us on defensive end. But he's a fighter, and I'm proud of him. And he's gonna get it fixed. It's gonna be even prettier.
8 more games in a busy NBA day.
I just want to add, that guy should be an all-star this year, playing solid this season. Meantime, let's do a quick rundown of the results. Emmanuel quickly draining a 3-point buzzer beater as the Toronto Raptors steal the win from the Charlotte Hornets. That stung, 97-96. Beef Stew, Isaiah Stewart scoring a career-high 31 points in the Detroit Pistons' 108-93 win over the Chicago Bulls. Meantime, Jamal Murray also dropping a career-high 17 assists, along with 22 points as the Denver Nuggets pull away to beat the Boston Celtics 114-110. Next page, Paolo Banchero banking in a 3-pointer at the buzzer to give the Orlando Magic a 104-103 victory over the Brooklyn Nets in OT.
Meanwhile, the New York Knicks end a 4-game slide after beating the Los Angeles Clippers 123-111. Former Memphis players Dylan Brooks and Grayson Allen star in the Phoenix Suns' 117-98 blowout of the Grizzlies. Keldon Johnson leading the way as the San Antonio Spurs overcome the short-handed Los Angeles Lakers 107-91. And lastly, Giannis Antetokounmpo outduels Steph Curry, but the Golden State Warriors beat the Milwaukee Bucks 120-113.
Okay, let's move on to tennis. Alex Ayala with 2 victories today at the 2026 ASB Classic in Auckland, New Zealand. Alex started in the singles tournament as she dominated Croatia's Petra Marcinko to storm into the quarterfinals. World number 53, Alex Ayala was in full control against number 82 Marcinko. The Filipino tennis sensation didn't drop a game till the second set and eventually got the sweep 6-love, 6-2. Ayala will next face the 5th seed, Magdalinette. Their match is scheduled for tomorrow morning. In the doubles tournament, Ayala and her American partner, tennis sensation Iva Jovic, advanced to the semifinals via a walkover against Jessica Malikova and Renata Zarazua. Ayala and Jovic will play the third-seeded Chinese pair of Yifan Shu and Zhao Yan Yang tomorrow as well.
In volleyball, Strong Group Athletics finally announced its biggest signing in this year's PVL free agency. SGA emerged as the winner of the Ara Galang sweepstakes. That means the resurgent wing spiker is set to play for either the Zeus Coffee Thunderbells or the Farm Fresh Foxies come the 2026 PVL All-Filipino Conference. Galang was the most coveted player following the disbandment of the Cherry Tigo crossovers at the end of 2025. The 31-year-old enjoyed a career revival with Cherry Tigo, proving her versatility by thriving as an opposite spiker. Last year, Galang led the crossovers to the PVL On Tour finals. SGA has had a very busy off-season. They have acquired other former Cherry Tigo standouts like Mylene Paat, Amy Hernandez, Ces Robles, Rene Peñafiel, and Karen Verdeflor. The group also signed Royce Tobino and Bia General from Choco Mucho and Remy Palma and Chi Saet from Petrogas.
Busy.
Coming up, a new chapter off the court for volleyball standout Jude Garcia. The Crisscross King Cruncher star and his wife Colleen welcome their baby boy. That story when play-by-play returns here on One News.
Welcome back to Play-by-Play here on One News. Man, a lot of clutch plays and wild endings in the NBA today. So, of course, we've got those highlights for you right now. Go! Let's start with the Jazz and the Thunder. OKC down 3. Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, we saw this earlier, avoiding Keontae George. Take a look. Woo. Matic. Look at SGA. He knows what to do. Beating the buzzer, too. That's why he is the reigning NBA MVP, folks. SGA, 46 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists, and a block, too. The Thunder eventually beat the Jazz in OT, 129-125. But what a scare by Utah. What a game. Up next, Magic Nets. 13 seconds to go. Look at Demon. He will inbounds to Porter Jr. MPJ missed the three. Rebounded by Sharp. Then will find an open Demon for three. Woo! Forcing the OT. Demon, big game for him, by the way. What a game for Igor. 18 points, 5 boards, 5 assists. He was open. Don't leave that guy open. He will knock it down for three. And he tied with 4.9 remaining. Then we go up next. We go to OT. 2 seconds to go. Orlando has it. Paolo Banchero banking it in for the win. He let that ball fly with 0.2 of a second remaining. Bullseye for Banchero. Tough shot. And look at the Nets. Like all the energy sucked out of the building from the fans and the players. Tough challenge too from MPJ, but no problem for Banchero. That's why he is the face of that franchise, delivering tough shot. Using the glass, former #1 pick, tallying 30 points for you, 14 rebounds, 6 assists. Paolo winning it for the Magic in OT 104-103. From that game, let's go to the Raptors Hornets. Game tied at 94 all. LaMelo with a left, avoiding quickly. And imagine, well, get this. Quickly is a quick guy. He's a point guard, no pun intended. No, he's a really fast guy, but for LaMelo, at that height, 6'7", avoiding using the left 6'7", going all the way for the layup there. And look at the Hornets celebrating like they've won. But that was a great shot by Melo, putting up 15, including that clutch layup. But not so quick. Roll the next play. Raptors got the last laugh. The inbounds by Mamu. Too quickly, gets his revenge! And wins the ball game in Charlotte, North Carolina. Quickly winning it for Toronto. Look at that tough shot. Woo! Quickly going for the win there, lifting the Raptors past the Hornets 97-96. Quick had 21 points, including that biggest bucket of the game. Bar none. Stunning the home crowd in Charlotte and everybody from the Hornets. That stunned the Hornets. No pun intended. Check.
And before we go, congratulations are in order for 4-time Spikers Turf MVP Jude Garcia and his wife Colleen. The Garcias just welcomed their baby boy Callan. Jude shared photos of their firstborn on social media with a caption, "Worth every wait, welcome to the world, Callan." Just a few months ago, Garcia and the Crisscross King Crunchers won their first ever Spikers Turf title. Once again, congratulations to Jude and Colleen on this new chapter.
Cute baby boy. Boy, we're getting old, Check. Well, I am, for sure, because you're just 23 years
Bakit mo ako
old.
dinadamay sa...
Magkaedad nga kasi tayo, wink-wink. But Jude now has a baby boy. Congratulations, Jude. Parang kailan lang that I've seen him play before and sabi ko, oh my God, I'm getting old. He has a baby. Naunahan pa ako. Oh, ako di na kita dinamay ha. That's all from us tonight, mga kabatid. Catch us again tomorrow, though, 9 p.m. for a play-by-play of the day's top sports stories.
Play-by-play is on One News, that's Signal TV Channel 8 on SD and Channel 250 on HD. We are also available on Signal Play and Pilipinas Live.
That's right. I'm Andre Felix.
And I'm Cheska Liton-Calao. Thank you for watching, mga kapatid. Happy Thursday. Good night.
Huh?